What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I hope you like this video. This is Love and Marriage Huntsville, Season 3, Episode 19. So this is the season finale, you guys. Next week we got the reunion. Look like they got a little heated. But let's go on and get into this finale, child. So we start off. We have Melody down to her office, waiting for Tiffany, because they're getting ready to interview these interns that they've been trying to get for Melody since the beginning of the season, child. But they finally got it together. They got interns. All of the students are coming from Florida A&M, which is her alma mater, and she's actually excited and looking forward to it. Tiffany comes in, and they get to talking about what had happened down to Destiny's event. And Tiffany talks about the fact that she felt like Kimmy was being a little, not Kimmy, Letitia was being a little messy, asking her certain questions as it relates to her past, and we don't have any dirt on Tiffany, so what do we need to know about Tiffany? And I said in my review last week that I felt like that was a little inappropriate. I felt like that came out of, like, where'd that come from? Like, to say you want to get to know somebody is cool. We haven't got a chance to get to know you. We haven't got a chance to dig a little deep with you. That's cool. But to say, well, what's the dirt on you? And you got divorced. Why'd you get divorced? And, oh, you cheated. Why'd you cheat? Like, I just felt like those types of conversations were a bit much. But then later on in the episode, I kind of see what was going on and I see what was happening. I still think the way it was presented was very passive aggressive. But later on at Melody's party, I'm gonna just go ahead and get that part out the way, child. Later on at Melody's video release party, it looks like Letitia was purposely asking certain questions to try to be provoking, to sort of try to get back at Tiffany for how in their business she was at the beginning of the season. Now, here's my problem with that, though. We're being passive. I guess I'm going to just go ahead and finish having that conversation. We're being very passive aggressive, because if your reasoning for asking those questions is to sort of give Tiffany a little bit of taste of her medicine, then say that. But don't make it seem like you really trying to get to know her and you really trying to, and under the guise of, we just don't know that much about you, when you really just trying to get back at her for the shit that she did earlier in the season when she was being inappropriate. Because let's be clear, we've already covered that she was being inappropriate, okay? She asked questions that she shouldn't have asked. She brought up information that didn't need to be shared in front of the whole group and all of that. But say that. Don't wait till the end of the season and now you want to come up here with, I just felt like it was real passive aggressive. But anyway, we'll get to that. So, I guess I already got to it. So then we are getting ready for Melody's album release party. She's having it at her friend's house where she filmed the video. It's an all-white affair. It looks like that, it's a really nice event. They got it all set up and all that good stuff. And, everybody is showing up. Everybody is coming. Melody looks beautiful. That dress she had on was gorgeous. She looks beautiful. Her mom looks nice. Everybody is on theme and in they white, honey. And so, of course, everybody is there before Melody comes out. That's how a party. You got to let the people get ready for the party. So first we see Tiffany. All of them are talking. And Tiffany says something to the effect of, she thought Martell was coming. Well, other than the fact that y'all filming it for the show, why would you think Martell was coming? Why would Martell come? Well, why would Martell be invited to an album release party or a video release party about a song about him cheating on his wife who sung the song? And the fact that the two of them cannot seem to get along. Anyway, the interns are showing up for the party. Melody said, this is an audition, this is a tryout, so work them and work them hard, honey. Don't go easy on them, okay? We got to see if they can work for me, because listen, it's going to be tough times. It's going to be hard work. So we see Melody got a little irritated. Now, they never really got into why Melody was irritated, because she said, listen, I'm ready to go. I like for a party to start on time, and because of other moving parts that are out of my control, we ain't ready to start on time. Now, I don't know if there was some equipment issues with the video. She came out with a dog. I don't know if the dog won't there yet. I don't know what the problem was, but she is in the back, and she is very irritated. You know, her mama talking about some dance with me. Melody's like, ain't nobody trying to dance. I'm ready to go out here and have this party and floss and be the fabulous woman that I am, and I can't do that because I'm late, and I don't like being late, okay? So I don't know what you're talking about, mama. I love you, but please go sit down somewhere, ma'am. While they're out there, that's when they end up having that whole conversation with Tiffany, and Letitia and Kimmy get into this whole thing about, well, you're transparent, right? I mean, it's just transparency, right? Why you can't be transparent? And again, as they were talking, I got what they were doing, but I still feel like Letitia just coming out of nowhere, talking to her about her business. I don't know. It's like, it's one of those things where you waited 6 weeks to come back. It was just out of context. But I understood once they got to talking. Then Miss Wanda is there, honey. And of course they get to talking about how you hold on to a man and what you got to do. And she talking about that Tootsie Roll. The Tootsie Roll is what you need to hold on to your man. She was talking about the fact that she said, I misspoke. I didn't have 2 husbands, but I had 2 boyfriends. And, and Kimmy said, she said, whenever this group get to talking, why do we always get to talking about marriages and side chicks and this, that, and the other? And Miss Wanda said, who talking about a side chick? They were like, you're the side chick. Like, she said, I ain't said I was on side chick. I said I had 2 boyfriends. I never said I was a side chick. Well, that's valid. Because just because you got 2 boyfriends don't mean you the side chick. Just mean you got 2 boyfriends. So once again, we got to have a conversation about Kimmy being the side chick. So what Kimmy was saying was her friend Patricia was supposed to come, and Letitia was like, I know Patricia. And they were like, whoa, what's this attitude about? Well, the little piece of the puzzle that they didn't give us last week was Maurice was staying with Patricia because at the time Patricia was married to Maurice's brother. And Letitia has a problem with her because she said she broke his heart. So she said, that's my former sister-in-law, and she broke Mark's heart. And that is why I don't rock with her. And maybe that's another reason why she don't, believe I don't know, child. But once again, Kimmy is defending herself about not being a side chick. Once again, Kimmy, I believe you, girl. I believe you. And I get it that that's your storyline. It looks like they're going to talk about it down to the reunion. But honestly, at the end of the day, Maurice said, listen, I had already filed for divorce when I left Michigan. For some reason, they filed for divorce twice. And I feel like Kimmy and Maurice started dating in that window between the first filing and the second filing. Why? I don't know. I guess we're going to find out down to the reunion. But Kimmy wants to be clear and set the record straight because people keep talking about that she a side chick. So then Miss Wanda rolled up on Melody's mama and want to have a conversation. And Melody's mama was like, it depends. Like, it depends on what we talking about because I ain't here to argue with you. This is my daughter's event and I don't want no problems. And Miss Wanda was like, well, no, it's not going to be bad. I just want to talk. So they give each other these pleasantries. How you doing? How you doing? You look nice. You look nice too. So Miss Wanda was like, well, I just want to make sure we good. And Melody's mama said, listen, we are good as long as, one, you don't give my daughter advice, okay? Because you give my daughter some bad advice and some jacked up advice, and I don't appreciate it. And she told me, so why? Because I told her to stay married? Absolutely, because you told my daughter to stay married. It was a toxic relationship, and don't nobody need to be telling her to stay married to this bad situation. Like, no. Second of all, if you have a problem, question, or concern about anything dealing with me and my business, bring it to me. Don't go by what you heard on the streets. Don't be repeating stories you heard down to the social media. If you got a problem or a concern, you can bring it to me with that glittery ass eyeshadow she had on. Okay? And so Miss Wanda was like, listen, she said, well, we a village. Like, I give yours advice, you give mine. She's like, no, that's what I'm saying. Don't give mine no advice. We parent very differently. So don't give mine no advice, honey. Don't you keep it over there with Letitia. So then she said, Well, I mean, if it's out there, we all have a right to have an opinion. We all have a right to speak on it. And on that note, Miss Wanda, you are absolutely correct. Whatever is out there is fair game. And she even said, well, you know, if it's on social media, you know I'm gonna say something. And again, I think I get where you coming from, Miss Wanda. And then Miss Wanda even said, well, you know who I am. Like, you know what I do. And she's, you know, Melody's mom was like, yeah, but that doesn't make it okay. Like, just because you are a train wreck doesn't make it okay that you are a train wreck. And so I don't think they came to any conclusion. I don't think there was any resolution. I feel like Letitia mama just ended up walking off because she wasn't getting the results that she wanted, and she got her camera time. Like, I really feel like that's all that was, because Melody mama didn't change what she said from the beginning to the end. All she said was, don't give my daughter no advice, and any information you think you know about me, bring it to me. Don't be out in these streets repeating shit you heard, okay? So I don't really feel like there was no resolve to that conversation, but okay. So Melody comes out with the dog, the puppy. First of all, Melody, if you were trying to show a comparison to the dog and Martell being a dog, first of all, what you don't do is bring out the damn puppy, okay? You need to have you a full-size Doberman Pinscher, German Shepherd, Pit Bull. Like, you need to have a full-size rough, not an earth, okay? That dog got to them steps and said, no, ma'am, no, I'm not. I'm not going down those steps. I am a puppy, and I'm not doing that. You need to pick me up, and you need to bring me down. So that, I feel like, it didn't turn out the way Melody wanted it to turn out. Now, in the video, we saw the video. The video was cute. I'll be honest, I hadn't seen the video. But in the video, she does walk with a dog. So I feel like she was trying to mimic that whole mindset, okay? But the video did look nice, okay? It was cool. It looked nice. People in the audience knew the words, honey. They was swaying and sashaying to it. You know, I thought that was cool, okay? So after they did all of that, you know, Melody welcomed everybody. She gave her little speech and this, da. Destiny pulled her aside. Now, Destiny, I was here for the beginning of what you said. You said, girl, I'm so proud of you. You know I am. We just going to keep being there for each other, and we're going to keep going to greater heights and doing that thing. Like, doing the damn thing. Like, I'm here for it. I'm so proud of you as my friend. How about that's where that conversation should have ended? Because then Destiny goes on to say, well, you know, sometimes I get mad at you. And Melody was like, mad at me about what? Mad at me because I'm mad at you because, you know, you have this whole village here, and I'm gonna tell you what it is, because I ain't got time to go through the here's what it boils down to. Destiny got divorced, at least on camera, ain't told nobody she was divorced, went through that whole divorce by herself. Now she a single parent. She don't have no village. She don't have a whole lot of family in Nashville. I mean, in Huntsville, because Nashville's where she's from. I mean, where she probably does have some support. She down there by herself. She done started this business in Huntsville. She probably stayed because of the show, because what other reason would you stay if you don't have any family there, you don't have no support there? Take your happy ass back to Nashville where you got some family and some support. And she doesn't have that. She's not a part of, even though she's Melody's friend, she's not a part of Melody's circle as far as her village. Because she even made a comment about, you could bring the kids to me to babysit. If you need somebody to babysit, I'll watch the kids, And I feel like she said that so Melody would say, oh, okay, and I'll keep your son too sometime. I feel like that's what that conversation was supposed to be. And Melody was like, girl, my kids don't even like you. And here's the thing. I don't feel like Melody would have said that in a different space and in a different time. But Melody was irritated because she was like, listen, this is my night. This is my moment. I literally just showed my video. I came back here to change my shoes, and I'm thinking that you about to be like, girl, I'm so proud of you. I'm so happy for you. But yet and still, we here talking about whose village. And she even said, well, Destiny, what is it that you would need from me And Destiny was like, well, I just want to be a part of your village. And Melody was like, but I got my village. I'm good. I got my mom. I got my brother. She said, and here's the thing. When me and Martell divorced, I had to build up my village around me. The people who I could rely on before, I couldn't always rely on. The people who were around where they weren't around anymore. So a lot of the people in my village are new people that I have brought into my village. So you have to build your village, and it's going to come. And what can I do to help you? And Destiny gonna say, well, girl, when you need me, you can call me. And she was like, that ain't what we ain't talking about me. We talking about you. What can I do to help you with your village? My village is good. And so I feel like now we arguing about Destiny being invited to the cookout, because that's what it sounds like. Because she said, listen, I support you. I'm here for you, and whatever you need to build up your village. Number one. Number two, I heard her say, I got you. If you need me, I got you. But what I heard Destiny saying was, but I want to come and play at your house. I don't want you to come to my house. And Melody finally just got fed up and was like, because then she gonna tell Melody, well, you shouldn't let your kids talk about the fact that they don't like me. You shouldn't let your kids talk about another adult. And Melody was like, don't tell me how to parent. And I'm gonna give Melody credit, because Melody kept her cool. Melody kept a smile on her face, and Melody tried her damnedest. But Destiny kept pushing. Now, I don't know if you did this, Destiny, for a moment to get some screen time down to the finale to try to solidify your spot for next season. Like, I don't know if that's what that was about. But this was totally out of pocket. There was no purpose and no reason for you to have this whole conversation with Melody. And it was really just ridiculous. But anyway, Melody finally walks away. They get to arguing and hollering, and Melody finally walks away. And the rest of the crew is like, oh my gosh, I know y'all not arguing. Y'all not yelling with each other. What is wrong? What's going on? And Melody greeted her guests, and she said, listen, we about to look at some fireworks, and y'all about to take all y'all asses home. Melody was over it, okay? See what happened, Destiny? You ruined it for everybody. Everybody got to go home now because you did that. You messed it up for everybody. Then we look up, and who done showed they happy ass up? Damn Martell. And it's an all-white affair, and Martell got on a black and white tux. It's probably the only thing he could fit in his closet that was white. But he shows up, and of course, everybody is waiting for him to act a fool. Everybody's waiting for an argument. Everybody's waiting for a blow up. But he asked Mel, listen, can I step aside? Can we talk? And Mel don't want to do it, but she don't want to make a scene either. So she goes to talk to him. And basically, he says all the right things to Melody, right? I just want to let you know that I support you, even though I don't support the song. But anything you do that makes you greater, that makes you better, helps our kids, and that's the ultimate goal. And I just want you to know that I support you and that I'm here for you. Here's the problem, though. What he said to Melody in the moment wasn't the issue. What he said in his confessional was. Because in his confessional, once again, what was it about? It was about Martell. Yeah, it took us a while to get here. It took us and we and I and who and we and I. It was never like you had to find a way to take some credit for where Melody was. You couldn't just let her have her moment. You couldn't just say, girl, I see you out there. I saw you wrote a whole song, whether it was about me or not. I saw you wrote yourself a whole song. I saw you got it on the radio. You got it on iTunes. You done made a whole video. I mean, yeah, you was talking about me, but I saw you did all those wonderful things, honey. It had to be about her. It had to somehow come back to being about you, Martell. Anyway, then he had a nerve to say he got to talk to his lawyers because the song about him and maybe he need to get his 50%. Sir, that is not how this works. That ain't how it works. Anyway, moving on. And Letitia told her herself, because she ain't know that in the song, Melody says that you got another woman pregnant. So you ain't never heard the song, huh? Huh, Tisha? You ain't never listened to the song, girl? You told on yourself. Shouldn't said nothing. She gonna know you wasn't supporting her. That means you ain't downloaded down to the iTunes. Or if you did, you ain't never listened to it. Anyway. And that was pretty much it. Like I said, the reunion starts next week. They took a bunch of pictures and it was all, loves and hugs and kisses, child. So we're going to see what comes out down to the reunion. Looks like it's some hot and heavy stuff going on down to the reunion, hon. So anyway, y'all let me know what y'all think. Drop it in those comments. Peace.